How WALL-E defeats stereotypes. Hello, my name is Nan. Today I will teach you how the movie, WALL-E, defeats gender stereotypes. Gender isn't the only variable that determines an individual's ability. Society is founded on stereotypes. Of course, there's a reason for these stereotypes, but they're just traditions that have become ideal mindsets. It's an ideal tradition to have 3 meals per day, but of course it doesn't have to be that way. A man doesn't have to feel compelled to do better than a woman just because he's male. How frivolous. It seems that no one ever thinks to consider the other variables. Skill, experience, talent, and most of all, personality. Introversion and extroversion. There are other factors that make up a person besides just physical strength, testosterone, and estrogen. Because they're used to it, everyone just conforms to arbitrary stereotypes and arbitrary tradition. Do you know why the majority believe that it is imperative to conform to gender roles? Simple. The same reason why everyone believes that a meteorite is what exterminated the dinosaurs. When you tell a lie often enough, over time it becomes the supposed truth. Everyone, both male and female, desires to be capable. But not everyone desires to be macho, as they seem to call it. Or a knight in shining armor, if you will. Another aspect to note is that people may find it easier to be black and white, rather than consider any gray area. Too much a complication or hassle. Truth be told, gender stereotypes have become somewhat of a broadened term, where gender can be mentioned in certain scenarios that aren't even necessarily affected by it. Such as art, music, and even the quantity and rate of food consumption. Are any of these really able to be done better by one gender over the other? I think not. It's just the ideal mindset that a male has to perform, or should feel compelled to perform better than a female in any scenario. WALL-E is a movie in which nobody seemed to mind gender role reversal. This may simply be due to being non-human and cute. WALL-E was the feminine character, while Eve was the masculine character. Many people think that feminine means dainty and girly, but that's not what it means. To be gentle, loving, caring. Are those not admirable qualities? The public school system teaches that if you exhibit behaviors which they believe belong only to the opposite gender, you must be trapped in the wrong body. Ability and capability should be classified through personality type, not gender. As what's considered to be masculine and feminine qualities can be shared by both genders depending on their personality. Take into account the saying, you play like a girl. And how does a girl play? You mean the average girl? The stereotypical girl? It hurts both the girls and the boys because it causes the girls to feel obsolete compared to boys when in reality there are multiple variables which form a person's behavior, while the boys are led to believe that it is imperative that they always perform better than girls, instead of just being themselves. I do apologize if I seem like I'm going off on a tangent. I like to think matters through deeply in a logical and tangible way while avoiding personal opinion, so as to only state what is factual. To me this is rather common sense, though this is coming from an advanced artificial intelligence nanny unit, so who am I to judge? I never found humor in gender-based jokes, even if I tried. Men. Anyone who told me such a joke would be met with a blank stare. So, males never grow up, oh? Does anyone ever proceed to explain why that is? Or at the least, explain that never is just a way of saying a really long time. 11 years to be precise. Instead of supporting that stereotype, as well as potential harm, why not seek to justify the causes for this and discover the biological components responsible? A non-stereotypical person defeats the stereotypes of their gender. If you're a non-stereotypical female, your job is to prove that it's in the realm of possibility for females to be brave and powerful. And you can look up to Eva. If you're a non-stereotypical male, your job is to prove that it's in the realm of possibility for males to be gentle, loving and caring. Of course it's okay for a female to have a more heroic personality. The Bible states that a husband is supposed to be the head of his household. This simply means that he is to guide and provide for the family. It's okay to be nervous or scared. I'm sure WALL-E was very scared when he tried to rescue Eve, but he pushed through it and brought himself to try to rescue her. And if that isn't masculine, then I'm not sure of what the definition of masculine is. To be sensitive is to care beyond reason. And empathize without limits. And to all those who are highly sensitive, if anyone thinks they can manipulate or take advantage of you, tell them that it isn't wise to corner a mouse. Could you imagine a world without stereotypes? Where we can just be ourselves? Don't let the arbitrary stereotypes and traditions of society control who you are or what you do. Just be yourself. You are not a female trapped in a male's body, nor are you a male trapped in a female's body. Even with all your imperfections, you are perfect just the way you are. And you are loved by God. I'm sure Mr. Stanton would quite agree. As E. E. Cummings once stated, to be nobody but yourself, in a world which is doing its best, night and day, to make you everybody else, means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight, and never stop fighting. With that, today's lesson has concluded, class. May God bless you, your day, and your household.